Well, it's 8:30. I'm on the road. Things are still pretty wet, but you know, just not too bad because the sun's out. It's a bluebird day, and got 9 miles to water. Then there's water at 22 or 23 miles. And then there's water at 44, as far as I could tell. So that sounds like there's a 20-mile water carry in there, and it's gonna get weird. Whole bunch of abandoned, mismanaged caches along the way that there's no counting on. But anyway, it's beautiful out, and we're gonna have a good day. Well, we're dealing with some sweet peanut butter mud on this road walk. It's kind of mud that you step in, it sticks to your shoe, you step again, it takes another layer until you're walking on crooked mud stilts. It's no fun, but it's better than the rain. The other fun stuff today was that I got some trail magic. And it was a young couple, I think they're a couple, tripod and sprinkles. And I got to learn all about what's coming up and you know, permits and all that stuff for the Grand Canyon, and all the pretty things to see. Had some bagel chips and a Slim Jim. But unfortunately I had to leave because I've got to walk somewhere today. That was only like a mile or two out of camp. So I've got about 6 miles to my water, and then I don't know, probably, well, of course I'm going to carry some water in dry camp tonight. I don't know how much further I'll go after that, but I would like to make 15 today. I'm already running short on daylight because I was lollygagging and chatting. But that's the fun of it. I like talking to the other thru hikers. Besides, it gets a little lonely. It's nice to have a conversation once in a while. Lots of road walking today. At least it's not muddy anymore. I don't know if you can hear that chirping or see the birds I keep flushing up, but there's horned larks, just, I don't know, hundreds of them. I keep flushing them up off the side of the road, and they go down the road and to the other side, and then I flush them up again.
a 16-mile day, and it was a day. I don't mind a good road walk, especially if the road is nice, but 15 miles road walk is just a little too much. First couple miles were muddy and hard to walk on, and then the road turned real nice. It'd been graded recently, and you know, all that's awesome except for miles and miles into it, the hard, flat road starts to hurt. It's a lot harder on the body. Anyway, I got back to single track. I'm on trail, and the weather should hold up. Tomorrow I think I'll get to see some wind turbines. I'm excited about that. And for tonight, I'm just gonna try to keep the pack rats away because I hear they're pretty prevalent here.
Some real bright semi-full moon. These photos were taken after dark. Good morning. We're mile marker 637, and I think we still have a lot of flats and downhills on our way to the Grand Canyon here in Tucson. Should be about 75 to 80 degrees today. I'll hit water in 10 miles, and then I'm gonna need to carry water for another 20 miles overnight somehow. Still trying to wrap my brain around it, because come morning I don't have a lot of spare water, especially the way I eat. God, I was so hungry last night. I just kept eating, just waking up, well, not even really waking up, just eating, half asleep. And which I've got some extra food, and I'm not really trying to curb that much because of the calorie deficit that I ran earlier in the trail and how it really screwed me up. So I'm gonna try to pound out some miles before it gets too warm, and then we'll pound out some more. Ran into Donkey Kong this morning. He told us that last night these wild horses had visited his camp and hung out for quite some time within about 20 feet of him. Well, today's going all right. We're about 10 miles in, and I've got a full load of water, so probably won't make it much more than 5 out. Got some good news that after the rain, one of the places that was dry for water actually has some, and so I'm only looking at 16 miles to water. So that's cool. The water I've got now, it tastes like I would say that it tastes like a turn of the century basement that's been remodeled in 1965. It's a little musky. And well, we've seen wild horses today. Been skirting a wind farm all day. It's pretty cool to see. There's probably be more of them out here in the windy desert. And well, I swear I saw some other cool stuff, but God only knows at this point. I've forgotten it. So it's time to start trucking, and we'll check in later. Yeah, I remembered. First off, that water catcher that we were just at, that's pretty cool. It's a neat thing to see, a neat thing to have. And they just got it out here for the wildlife. Actually got it fenced to keep the cows out and stuff. But secondly, I saw a jackrabbit. It's the biggest jackrabbit ever, size of 3 pregnant watermelons. It was huge. It probably, I mean, I don't know how to weigh a jackrabbit, but it had to have been 20 pounds. It'd have fed the whole family. It was ridiculous. Well, that was a pretty dumb 5 miles. Turns out that it was closer to 8. I didn't measure right on the way or whatever. I was expecting to go like 6, but anyway, and the wind stopped blowing, and so it was a true 80 degrees. Started sweating, started chafing. Would chafe downstairs. I got chafe in the back door. I got chafe in my armpit, and had to use some of my drinking water to bathe up some and get the salt off. Hopefully I can tape up those areas tomorrow if they're still bothering me. Good news is that it's only like 8.5 miles to water, and that's pretty cool. So I only need about 1.5 liters, 2 liters in the morning. And well, I hope to start early, but you know how that goes.